What's up? I'm live. You're live. It says it right there. Cool. Everybody's having a great weekend. So I had a pretty good weekend. Done some scaling this weekend and just finished recording the what's it called? Make It Monday. So I just finished recording that. And if you've seen on my Facebook page, I put up a question about gaming chairs. So if anybody has any experience with some good gaming chairs that are on rollers, I don't want like a station where you sit and drive a car, just like a regular one where you're on rollers and everything. Because this one is just noisy and it's time to go. It's old, it's cheap, and I just need to get a good gaming chair. So if you guys got any good suggestions, let me know. Like I said, I just finished up recording the Evergreen RC. What's up, brother? I just finished recording the what's I keep wanting to call it what's in my kit. It's not what's in my kit. I just finished recording Make It Monday and done some sand ladders, like I said. So that'll be released tomorrow. Talking about where I found them and how I did it and all that stuff. But what I want to talk about today is yesterday. I went down to Hearts to their scaler and crawler thing and tried it out. It was like their grand opening, and unfortunately the weather was pretty bad, so a lot of people were put off because the weather was snowing and where they're at, or they were afraid it was too cold, and it was really cold. But you know, at most scalers, if it's cold, they go anyway. So we were there. Took the Coyotes down, John Wasley and myself from the Charisma team. Took them down and just had a blast. A couple guys showed up wanting to try out the Coyotes, so we handed them over. I handed mine over. At least one gentleman, he tried it out. I think he liked it a lot, and he had some questions and asked whatever, and it was a good time. The one thing we found about the course was a lot of it was geared towards crawlers, because there's a lot of the guys use crawlers or whatever. So they were out there and had a lot of high centered stuff. If you haven't watched the video already, it was kind of hard to get over for scalers, but they were really receptive about our opinions and just the everyone there, just in general, their opinions. They would ask, say, hey, what'd you think of it? We're kind of new to this crawl and scaling thing. What can you change to make better? So the biggest takeaway from this is that they let you like the image. Yeah, man, great video on MDS, man. But the main thing is that they want to make it better and they want people's opinions. So go down and give it a try. A lot of people are harping about the BRCA membership. You have to have a BRCA membership to run there. Well, it's built. This crawling scaling area is built in a complex where they have RC racing. So they have nitro racing, A scale. They've got electric 10th scale racing. Then they've got like a bash track, just where you can go out and have a blast with whatever you want to run. Just kind of like it keeps them off the track, and it also gives them a place to run. So the BRCA insurance is just it happens at every RC track in the UK basically. So all the racetracks you go to, you have to have BRCA card. It's £20 for the year, and it basically helps cover the insurance, keeps the prices down for them, and it covers you if you run your vehicle and something happens, as far as someone getting hurt or whatever. So it's 20 quid a month. And a lot of people are having heartache about buying that because most of the scalers and crawlers never have to worry about the BRCA because we're out there doing just like our own thing. But all the racers know that BRCA is just part of RC life for us. So I do both. So it was kind of easy for me as soon as they said, hey, you need to have BRCA. I already have it from racing and everything, but I can see where some of the scalar guys are coming from. But it is a necessity for the site, and it's not a bad thing to have. To be honest, it's look into it. It does some coverage basically for you over here in the UK. So check it out. Definitely worth it. But yeah, they had I think one, two, three, four, like probably defined. They had two courses with gates on them, and then like a bunch of like a few mini courses in the middle, and it had some really cool features like a bridge I showed in the video. It looks really cool. You park your rig on it and take a picture, and it just looks awesome. And then they had a seesaw. They drive up and down. Obviously, you drive up and then counter level or whatever, and go down the other side. They had like a wall. It was pretty hard to drive up, or I wouldn't say a wall. It was really steep incline to get up. They have winch points built in. They have wire bridges where you have to like drive across wires. For the scalers, again, it was a little bit too wide or a little bit too narrow for the scalers that we had. So like John put the wideners on his Coyote, so he couldn't like hardly use it at all. And for me, it was like this much, like a quarter an inch, just barely hanging on there. So it was if I twitched at all. It just came off. So it just needs to be a little bit narrower or a little bit wider. Sorry, and it'd be perfect. And like John suggested to him, just put a second wire beside one of them, and then it'll cover both sides. That'd be awesome. Some cool rigs out there. I saw a Camel Trophy D90. It looked awesome. I tried talking him into coming to the Nats and the G6, so hopefully we did. Saw some other guys there that were interested in the G6 and the Nationals, so hopefully we get them up there. But yeah, it was just a good time. It was the weather was horrible. They had a burger van on site though. It had hot drinks and hot food. So if you can go over there and get that or whatever. And then they had nitro, like Elliot Boots was there testing with Kyosho. So that was pretty cool. He was actually had a transmitter in his hand. He was running a TRX4 that someone gave him. And then my old buddy Mark Rumble was there with the beta team and the Nemo guys. And he was out there with the TRX4 trying it out as well, so it was cool. A lot of good people out there, and like I said, Jim and Neil. Neil sounds like he done most of the track or a lot of the track, and then Jim runs the site. Just awesome people. They're both really interested in making it better and interested in what everyone had to say about it, so it was cool. Hopefully y'all get a chance to make it down there. Just look up Hearts. It's HERTS. I think the Facebook page for the Nitros is HNMC Hearts Nitro Model Club. So check that out. They've got the 1/10 page is separate for the 1/10 scale buggies. So also good. Let's see what else is going on. I've got the Axtastic Tuesday coming up. I kind of put it out there and asked what you guys wanted to see. Someone responded back B6. That's the only response I had, so that's what we're going to do. Whereabouts is the track? It's in Hertfordshire. A place called Hearts is the name of the place there, but it's SG120ES is the postcode. So if you watch it back and catch that, SG120ES is a postcode. It's an hour and a bit from me, so not too far, not too hard to find. And they've got a model shop on site as well. In covered pit areas, that was nice. Like I said, I've raced there once before with the 1/10 scale buggies, but it was like pretty much just like in and out for heats and then marshalling and everything. But this time I actually had to do some work on my rig because I loaned the truck out and then I got broke. So the Savox servo that I had in there has been probably on its way out anyway, maybe because it's seen a lot of water and everything. But I thought I had it pretty sealed up. But looking at it, there was definitely a place that water could get in. And I'm sure the trip up to Newcastle with the salt water didn't help at all. But it finally just knackered itself, and I ended up putting another. I took the Savox out of my drift car that I happen to have in the van and put it in there. So I got to make sure I get that back out and in the drift car before the 31st because we've got drone and drift coming. What else we got going on? This week, so we already talked about Axtastic Tuesday. That's going to be the B6. We got Make It Monday was the sand ladders, so we'll be talking about those. And I'm about to print some more sand ladders. One color that I don't use very much for some reason is yellow. So I figured, well, we'll do some yellow sand ladders because I keep printing sand ladders and I end up giving them all away because I just don't think I'll use them, and then I'll have them at an event, and someone will see me, like we'll give away a set in the draw or the raffle, and then someone's like, "Oh man, I really wish I had them." I'm like, "Here you go, dude, take these." Or like my mate Stu, he was like, I was asking what colors I should print them in, and I think he said orange or green or something, and I ended up saying, "Oh, that's a good idea," so I just gave him those. But yeah, I think that's about. I'm not gonna be on here too long this time. Last couple have been almost an hour long, and I just want to kind of catch you guys up from an awesome weekend. Um, but the Coyotes did great. Both of them did. John didn't have any issues. He had issues with his batteries. He's got some old knackered batteries, I think. So he was borrowing a couple of mine, and they seemed to work well. And then me, just the servo. That's the only issue I had. But a lot of people, digging in, got some good pictures of it. Neil from InDesign, he paints like RC shells and stuff like that. He done some really good pictures and put them up on Hearts RC Model Shop or something like that. I think it's called. Let's see if you type in Hearts Scale, it comes up. Let me see while we're sitting here. But hopefully all you guys got a chance to go out and do some scaling this weekend or racing, whatever you do, flying. Hearts RC Models Ltd. He's got some pictures up there. They're pretty good. And I think that's where he put them. Maybe. Well, I don't know where he put them at. But anyway, there's a stupid chair. I can't wait to get a new chair and replace this thing. Any chance of getting an LED drone gate for drone and drift? Not sure who's got one. Uh, Jax has got one. If we can talk Jax into coming up, then we could definitely have some LED. Actually, you know what? I've got two, but I think the batteries are dead in, but I might be able to work it out. I printed LED gates, like with the pipe. I printed the pipe and everything for some weird reason, and all in translucent. So I'll see about getting those working again. I can bring those two up there, man. So good call, dude. I'll definitely be trying to bring some of those up. There's two. There's a diamond shaped one, and there's a square one as well. And we'll have some more gates for the drone and drift. So obviously you're coming on the 31st then, man. That's good. Looking forward to it. Hopefully I'll have some of the Trevor shirts like these. So I'm hoping to get some more of these shirts done for then. I'm supposed to go look at some samples. I was supposed to go look last week, but when I came in, I guess the guy wasn't happy with them, and so he sent them back basically to be redone. So they're getting reworked, and then hopefully we'll have them for the 31st. These as well as the West Suffolk Drift shirts as well. So basically, awesome, dude. Looking forward to seeing you there. If you guys go on the Spreadshirt site, I've got it linked in my Ace of X RC Facebook page. If you go there and see anything on there, that's all stateside stuff. But if you see anything on there that you like, I can get it made here. So just let me know. You're like, hey, dude, that coffee cup looks Ace of X. That coffee cup looks awesome. You know, can we get that? Then I'll try my best to try to get it for you guys. We'll get everything in here that we can. And basically, the only problem with doing it here is I have to keep stock, and then so that way I might have a whole bunch of shirts sitting on the shelf. And it only becomes a problem if they don't sell, which that could be a problem if I buy a load of them and they don't go anywhere. But we'll sort that out, man. I'm not worried about it. So let me know what you guys want. And let's see, Twitter. See over there. Notifications. Checking that. But booked in. I don't know if anybody out there is racing Stotfold. Actually, we're the regionals, the BRCA East of England. That's the 10th scale regional I race in. So we're starting that up next month, and our first race is Stotfold, and there's 5 races in total. So looking forward to doing that and racing the 2-wheel drive. Hopefully the B6.1 if it gets here in time. If not, I'll be racing the B6. But either way, it's a great buggy, so I'm not really sweating it either way. I think that's about it. Like I said, I don't know too much. I just wanted to jump on here and give you guys an update about that awesome Saturday that I had. Horrible weather, but awesome time. And got some good video of it. Like I said, put up a video already from it, from me and John on the course there, and then just me kind of talking about what we thought of the track or the course, and like each one of the gates, or not gates, but each one of the obstacles, what we thought of it. So let me check it out. Let me know what you think. Like I said, I'm kind of blabbering now. I'm thinking of things to say. So if you got any questions, pop them up now. I'm going to be on here for about another minute, and then I'm going to roll out of here. And then I'm going to start printing the sand ladders. Like I said, I'm just not completely happy with these, and you'll see why tomorrow when you see the video for the Make It Monday. It's just, and again, it could be settings on my printer, it could be the file, I don't know, but hopefully we get somebody else to print them and see what they think, if they did all right or not. And here we go. Here's a tip for you. A lot of people use GoPros. And you can spend a fortune buying all these different mounts for it over and over again. Of course, you can print some of them, but to me, I've had this session for a while now. And before this, I think I had the GoPro 3. I can't remember the silver. But the best bit of kit that I've ever had for GoPro is the stands that they come on in a display box. I use this thing for so much stuff just to sit it down, and it just awesome. So if you get a GoPro, don't toss out the box with a stand in it. Keep the stand. It's definitely useful. But I'm all done here. I appreciate you guys stopping by. If you got any questions or comments, please post below. We're going to go live during the week, probably Wednesday or Thursday, and at 8 o'clock tonight, if anybody listens to the Big Blue Tent podcast, I guess they're going live. I'm not sure what medium they're doing, if they're doing it on Facebook, or if they're going to do YouTube, or if they're going to do like a live podcast or what, but it'll be on the Big Blue Tent racing something. I can't remember. They've got 2 sites out there. I've got both of them. Let's see, Big Blue Tent. How do, bud? Congrats on the Grand Slam. Oh, thanks, dude. Ireland won the Six Nations over here, so awesome. And we're undefeated. Any news on G6 UK? Just it's on, and we're waiting for the date, man. Well, we got the date. We're just waiting for it to happen. So everything's going to plan. Someone asked a question the other day that was kind of disturbing. They said that they heard that Parker wasn't coming to the G6 here. Camping, yep, camping's the same as always. Parker's definitely coming to the G6 here. He's excited about it. We've been talking, and hopefully his next live broadcast, he brings up something that me and him's working on. This should be pretty fun. Yeah, camping is the same as always. You do it in tents. If you're going to be in a van, or if you're in a van, like a normal size van, like I said last year, like a transporter or a transit short wheelbase type thing, then you just park in the car park, and you have to leave it in the car park. So we still want vans on the grass, minimal traffic on the grass, because, well, for the guys that's been there before, when we had issues, we were pulling cars out and we left the field a mess. So we're going to try to tread lightly on the field. If you have a RV, a big RV, or a caravan, we ask you to find a site for that, please, because there's just not room to get in and out of there, and it gets very crowded. Parking is limited, so definitely want as little bit of traffic in there as possible. Yeah, that's what I just said. You need extra parking space for sure. So, and we'll be parking you when you come in, hopefully, and we'll just do a smart work together. It's going to be a great weekend. It always is. So just come ready to go. Slow thumbs. It's all right, Ian. But yeah, it's always a great weekend. Everybody has a great time, and the only downside of it is a stupid toilets. Yeah, a small van, as long as it's like transit transporter style, that's fine. But again, you'll have to park it on the car park and not on the grass. So you'll be on the gravel up there. So come early, find you a flat spot. I think we usually open the gates at 5, so try to get there right around then. Don't come early. If you come earlier than that and you're stuck on the road, then we get calls, complaints basically saying that we've got traffic down there blocking other people and all that stuff. So please come right after 5. Hang close there, like up on the hill, McDonald's or something, and then show up right at 5 and get in there and get your spot. And then we'll have people staying overnight on site, kind of just like keeping an eye, because sometimes they get some people loud or vulgar or whatever, and it's always nice to have somebody say, "Hey man, just calm it down a little bit. There's kids camping here and all that stuff." So same old, same old. It's going to be a magic weekend. Parker brings the fun every time he comes. Joey will be there with the delicious coffee, I'm sure. And there's going to be of loads of stuff to do there. Martin from RC Bits, as usual, will be there, saving us on the trail when something breaks down. So happy days. Always appreciate RC Bits. But like I said, any other questions before I get off here? Shoot them up here real quick. But let's see, the dates for that are May 26th through the 28th. So, like I said, it's the second bank holiday in May. So we'll be there from the 26th to the 28th. We'll obviously be up there on Friday setting up. Big shout out to Martin at RC Bits. Absolutely, mate. Martin saved us I don't know how many times. That dude's been there since the very first one ever, and he's the reason that I found out about it, because I used to be a moderator on RC Sparks forum. And then I met Martin on there. He's like, "Oh, dude, you're over here in the UK. You need to come to the Nationals." And ended up being the first ever scale Nationals here. So I showed up, and I ran into Speedy and Johnny in the parking lot and became good friends with them pretty quick. Met Pete and John the next day, and Ian, and then it's all downhill since then. So yeah, Martin from RC Bits is the reason that I'm a part of the UK Scalar Nationals. So I can't thank him enough. Awesome dude. And if you ever need bits, I highly suggest go to RC Bits and check him out. But yeah, so we'll be there 25th setting up. We'll kick off 26th that morning in May, and then roll through, and we're gonna have a full day on the 28th as well, and then roll out Monday night. So at least that's what we're doing, and Parker will be there for the whole time. So make sure you guys come ready to have some fun. All right, well, that's enough of me blabbing. It's nearly 20. Hit it up how the weekend went, and if you had any questions for me, and we're gonna get out of here below. And if we don't see you on the trail, we'll see you on the track later.